Winning isn't everything, or so I'm told. Winning streak, it can result from hard work, luck, or a little bit of both. Karen DePodwin, she joins us now with a story of a streak that's gotten people to take notice of one college sport that's quietly growing across America.
Squash is kind of a hybrid of tennis and racquetball. It's played on a four-walled court where the players hit to their opponent, and the first one to win 9 points wins the game. It's a sport that the team at Trinity College in Connecticut has taken to the next level, winning game after game.
They say those who rise together fall together. But for the Trinity College Squash team, falling is something they are not very familiar with. It's taken a strong will and determination to keep alive one of the most amazing winning streaks in the history of college sports. 11 years without a single loss.
Watched our tapes, did all the homework, and we went in there like, fighters ready to just fight.
More than 200 games, almost 80 players from more than a dozen countries have contributed to what the players refer to as simply the streak. The closest Trinity's come to tasting defeat was in 2006 when then freshman Gustav Detter won game after game after game, keeping the streak alive.
Here it is. We thought we went in well prepared. It was the closest encounter I had had at that time playing for Trinity.
Rushav Vora is from Mumbai, India, where he never would have been playing squash alongside a guy from Pakistan like he is now.
I'm from India, and one of my teammates, number one, is from Pakistan. And we're a few Indians on this team and one Pakistani. And we're best friends.
Diversity has been a major theme throughout the past 11 years. Cultural differences are not lost on these young men, but they say they realize no matter where they're from, at the core, they are so much alike.
On a Friday or Saturday night, and start teaching us Hindi dancing and stuff like that. Just everything, whether it's from, ethnic things like dancing or traditions that they do.
John LINGOS-WEBB is graduating and moving on this year. He says it's bittersweet.
I'm sad to be leaving, but I think it's probably an experience I'll never feel again. I mean, it's kind of the feeling of camaraderie and the feeling of accomplishment that all of us have is really, quite unique. And, I think I'll struggle to find it ever again.
What he says he will miss most is his coach, the man who has kept the streak alive for more than a decade. Every player agrees the streak belongs to this man, Coach Paul ASSIANTE.
The jockey gets way too much credit for the horse in the race. I mean, really, I know what I do, and I'm fairly good at a few of the things that I do, but to get credit for that is just not right. These are extraordinary kids. And so I just sort of sit back and smile and watch them do their thing.
Coach ASSIANTE says he does everything in his power to help his players forget about the streak and live each day and each match at a time.
11 years, yeah, we haven't lost a squash match in 11 years, which, when you build a house, you build it a brick at a time. And then you step back and you look at the house and you say, oh my God, it's a beautiful house.
That beautiful house, the coach says, was built with a tremendous amount of skill, a lot of luck, and little money.
While other schools like Harvard and Princeton operate on big budgets, Coach ASSIANTE has kept the streak alive here at Trinity on just $6,000 and 0 recruiting trips overseas.
It's a lot less than Harvard, but we make do. You don't need to drive a Cadillac to get to where you're going. My little Toyota is just fine.
But according to Coach ASSIANTE, one part of this team you can't buy is a multitude of heart. Something the players say they've learned from ASSIANTE, who's become much more than a coach.
He is a father. He's a father figure to all of us on this team.
I've learned a lot from Coach. I mean, he's like, people have probably already said this, but he's like a father to all of us. I've learned, always to keep my cool. I'm a lot better at that now that I've met him. I've learned, to enjoy all the people around me, whether it's, opponents or teammates, because, it only lasts for so long.
If they've learned something from me, and I like to think they do, it's to live it 100 miles an hour. And no regrets.